Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to gear up your character in World of Warcraft in patch 11.1.7 as fast as possible. A lot of people are swapping to different alts right now before 11.2, and I'm going to teach you how to gear them up as fast as possible. So the first and most important item, also the easiest one to get, which will massively increase your item level, is the disc belt. It's called Durable Information Securing Container, and it's this belt that starts with, I think, 691 item level and will go up every single week up to a certain cap. The way you get this belt is very, very easy. Once you have a max level character, you talk to Dragan right here. He's located in Dornagal in this tent right here next to the Delve guy Bran. And when you talk to him, he's going to give you some sort of quest which will require you to do something called a charged delve. And what is a charged delve? It's a delve that has this electricity effect like that around it. And the coolest part about this is that you can do this on a tier 1 of delve, on level 1, the easiest one. So once we pick up the quest, we go into this delve, and as you can see here, overcharged delve, and you can actually do tier 1, which is recommended for item level 587, which you will almost 100% have once you hit max level. And if you don't have this item level, don't worry, this is just recommended. Just go in there, and if you're a healer, set your brand to tank. If you're tank or DPS, you probably want to set your brand to either a healer or DPS, depending on what you prefer, and you just run through this delve, you complete the whole thing. Because it's tier 1, I don't recommend you to loot the chest at the end, but still, just make sure to do the objective for the quest, and after the first quest, you will get the belt. After that, you will keep going back to Dragan, and he will give you a quest every single week, or depending on how late you're doing, you will catch up the level of your belt, and you're going to level it up. And after that, when you use this belt, you can give it different kind of effects. I'm not going to go too in-depth how to get them, but basically, this disc was lost within the Spiral Weave Delve. So you need to do Spiral Weave Delve. Again, you can do it on tier 1. After you finish with once, you will also get this specific buff. And then you just select what you want, right? So for example, I want haste. I go Spark Burst. Bam, that's locked in. Now my belt gives me a haste proc as well. It's super cool. Massive item level increase for a fresh character. Now, so for the second big item, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Dawn right here. She's located in the Foundation Hall in Dornagal, and she will give us a quest which will make us go to the Siren Isle. If you've done this before, you're going to also be able to skip this campaign later on, but basically you pick up the quest right here, and then you have to go to the top right here of Dornagal to this space right here, which is a Zeppelin to the Siren Isle. You're going to talk to the NPC called Sky Captain Cable Clamp, and she's going to take you straight into Siren Isle. And once you enter this zone, you're probably going to have a bunch of quests available. Now, it depends. If you're able to skip the campaign and instantly get the ring, the Star Circlet, that's really good. I think once you get the quest lines done up to Bargus right here, he is going to actually allow you to skip the campaign and get the ring as soon as possible. If you've never done this before, you're going to have to actually quest up. Now, there is a way to also abuse the system and to get max item level ring instantly. I did it on my stream. I don't know if this is allowed or not. One of my friends showed me how to do it. You basically team up with somebody who has done the whole campaign, and you use the party sync feature, and you get synced up to the level of quests they've done. You can continuously talk to Bargus and get every single item that levels up your ring. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to equip the circlet on both slots, delete it, get it back from Bargus again on the highest item level, and equip it on both slots again. And what this is going to allow you to do is upgrade both rings to the heroic item level for free, because that's just how it works. So these are two bugs that you can easily get more item level with again. I don't think anyone got punished for this ever, so it's pretty safe to do this. Also, do keep in mind, if you want to use the runes for your ring, you can just buy them on your main because they are bound on account or on your warband. So for example, these three here that I buy from Angorla are bis for most classes. So I would just buy these three, I would put them in the warband bank, and then I would take them on your alt, the one you're trying to gear up, and the alt would put it into the ring. So what we have now is a very, very strong belt and a very, very strong ring. But there's so many more slots to get. Well, of course, always check your warband bank in case you have something available from your, from bound on account. So I got the warband bank here, and I search mail. All right, I got nothing else anymore. I already did equip a lot of items. So my evoker is actually 628 after doing like 2 mythic plus keys. But that's because I did another thing that is very smart and is currently available. I think for the next 5 weeks or so, it's going to be available. And as you see, currently we are in the time walking dungeon event. And time walking dungeons always give you a quest which rewards you with a heroic item level piece. So you're going to go down here into this part, this section of the town in Dornegal, right here, and you will find the NPC that gives you, it's called, I think, a journey through time. That's one of the weekend effects. Yeah, you also get Emissary of War, which will also give you another item. That's currently this week, so this week is really insane. But basically what I'm saying is go check which events are currently active for whether it's Mythic Dungeons or for Time Walking Dungeons, and do that event, because it might reward you with a box. This one is going to give me a heroic item, which is going to be very, very, very high. And also, if the Time Walking raid is available, so that's either in Time Walking Wrath of the Lich King or Time Walking Burning Crusade, you can either do Old War, again, that's in Wrath of the Lich King, or you can do Black Temple, which was in Burning Crusade. And Time Walking raids will drop you pretty decent gear. They're very easy to do. You will just find groups in the group finder, by the way. You're going to go into pre-made groups, raid Legacy, and you will find, like, let's say, Black Temple. Right now, it's obviously not going to be here because the week is not up. But during Time Walking TBC, you do Black Temple, you look here, and you can either do the full raid or you only join a run that does skip runs. So you only do the last boss, which also gives you another item, another piece guaranteed. So you can actually get so many items just from weekly activities. But this is not all. We got one last final tip, which is massive. Yeah, we also have massive guaranteed items from the new system, the Dinar system, some people like to call it, when you get the puzzling cartel chips. And then you can use them to buy heroic items. So if you have a new character, you go up here and use this bounty little poster here, and it's going to give you a quest called Ultra Prime Deluxe Turbo Boost Powerhouse Challenges. And the first 4 Undermine raid bosses or Mythic Dungeons will give you 3 chips. So after doing 4 dungeons, again, it can be Mythic 0, so you can do these 2 quests together. You can do the Emissary of War and the Ultra Prime at the same time. And that means you'll get 1 heroic item guaranteed here, and you'll get 1 more Puzzling Cartel chip, which can be used to purchase very, very strong raid items on Hero Track for free. Also, if you do a lot of Mythic Plus or if you do Mythic Raid, you can get even higher, even better items. But generally speaking, on a new character, as long as you're doing, you finish the quest, you can get heroic items for free. So for example, in Evoker, I would buy the best, I don't know, Bis Trinket. A lot of people are probably going to want to get stuff like Eye of Kazan, Jester Diamonds. These are very rare items, right? The Moxie Jug. These are going to be very strong. House of Cards as well. Again, I recommend you check in Wowhead what is the strongest item you can buy and just buy the first one. It's going to give you a tremendous amount of power. Now, I got some bonus tips as well. These are pretty time consuming, but they're good for solo players. I would personally rather do Mythic Plus now that you've done all this. I would just jump into Plus 2s or Mythic 0s. But what you can also do is you can get yourself some horrific visions finished, because these can give you veteran or hero track gear even if you do on a very high level. But again, this is going to be better for like tank specs or people that might want to do this with their friends. And then you also have the Dastardly Duos event, which can also give you pretty decent gear if you finish this with a high score. But personally, I'm not very interested in solo events. But if you're a solo player and you do all the stuff I just mentioned, and then you start, blasting these 2 events, you can get to pretty high item level. These will also give you a good amount of crests and valor stones. So if you want to have that like additional boost before you jump into Mythic Plus, because maybe you're anxious or world quests are not giving you any good gear anymore, then you can also do those 2 events to gear up even faster. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you around. Peace out.